Hey guys, my name is Mysca and welcome to Overwatch Central and welcome to potentially the next hero taser in form of this weapon blueprint. Now I'm gonna go straight from the top down and read everything, and yeah, since I know Swedish, this is gonna be a lot easier than for anyone else, as I can just translate this for you and I'm gonna be going through all of the different details. Now starting from the top, you have of course the name, Slaga. This used to be a kind of an agricultural tool used in Sweden way back. It's kind of like a split staff, kind of like a flail. This is not really that, so I'm not quite sure why it's called that. This is more of a hammer or kind of a slägga, which is also a Swedish word. It just means sledgehammer. But yeah, this is kind of a hammer that you can sort of split in two at the top, or it sort of folds out, I guess you could say, as you can see by the blueprint here. But yeah, that's what the top means, and it's version 3.0. Now it's 20 centimeters wide, as you can see at the top, or a little bit more than that, which is not very wide. It's actually not huge. It's not really a two-hand weapon, it's more of a one-hand type of weapon, but it's still fairly big. It's about 32 centimeters in length at the bottom there, as you can see, but yeah, the whole thing's probably gonna be about a little bit more than half a meter, I guess, and then about 30 centimeters in width. So it's big, but it's not huge. Next thing on the list here is the segment, which just means, well, the same as in English, really, segment. Not quite sure why that's even listed on there. And then you have Titan legering, which essentially means like titanium shell, or I'm not quite sure what the word is in English, but basically it means that the weapon is partially built by using titanium metal, which is very sturdy and very strong. So this is a very sturdy, very strong weapon, and a lot of resources seem to have gone into this, as we can see on the right hand side here, where you have kind of a list of what's needed to build it. Now the top one is mikroförbrännare, which means like micro burner, I guess you could say. I'm not quite sure where this part is used. It seems like in the top left there, as part of the sort of side bits of the hammer, you have some sort of burner put in. So maybe it's a burner that's used to kind of fold the weapon out like that. Not quite sure what that would be used for. I imagine if a person was wielding this and they activated those and they actually worked kind of like as engines or as burners, it could kind of propel you forward. So it could be like a hero holding this in one hand and then using it to both swing at enemies but also to sort of propel themselves forwards. Could be really cool. But yeah, the next thing on the list is Titan staff, which just means titanium staff. Nothing too fancy there. Obviously kind of what the shaft is made of there. The next one is gummiblad, which kind of means rubber blades. I think also part of the hammers there, maybe to sort of swing them out, or yeah, I'm not quite sure. I think it's part of the blades at the top though, or whatever you want to call them. And the next one is just basically a specific screw, nothing too interesting. The next one is also kind of a specific nut, I think it's called. Yeah, nut. So a nut and screw, not very interesting stuff. And kind of the same thing for the last thing on the screen here, Vangenspult. It's just kind of a certain type of screw and nut combination. But yeah, all the main things are there. Really interesting stuff. As you can see in the top right as well, you also have slaga med kedja, which means like the same type of tool as slaga, but at the end of a chain, as you can kind of see. It looks very similar to Rodog's hook, but kind of like an anchor at the end. Not sure if this will actually be used, but it might be kind of a side prototype. But yeah, interesting stuff regardless. Now in the bottom right as well, and this is the final kind of big, I guess, Easter egg you could call it. There's a cat with a cat toy, or you can see the paw of the cat there, and the cat toy. It's like a little mouse toy, and I think this is just a hint at the whole jetpack cat thing and that joke and sort of meme in the community. However, very interestingly as well, in the Christmas comic we got last year, or well, 2016, we actually saw Reinhardt read a sort of Christmas story for a bunch of kids. These are Torbjörn's children, and look in the bottom right here, there's an orange cat there, very similar to the sort of paw we saw in this teaser. So yeah, interesting stuff. All of a sudden it seems very likely that the next hero is indeed Brigitte. But yeah, nice little interesting detail there. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video pretty much. These were all the different little clues and little hints that we have in here. There's nothing else that's kind of hidden, but you could speculate about this forever, so I'm not gonna do that in this video. I'm gonna let you guys do that in the comments. Who do you think this is for? Is this for Brigitte? Is this for another hero? I think it's for Brigitte though, personally, because it's in Swedish. We've just had a sort of talk about Torbjörn's daughter in a letter from Torbjörn himself, and now we've got this, and it seems very much in the style of Brigitte. Yeah, who knows? It could be for anyone, any Swedish type of hero, but that's what I think at least. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys very much for watching. Do leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, if you thought it was insightful, and yeah, subscribe for more Overwatch content as per usual. Until next time though, take care, and we'll see you then.